What's up, YouTube? Joshua Jones with J Squared Tactical, and today we're going to talk about something that I am ecstatic to talk about. Now, I know you've heard me say that several times before about being excited about overviewing products, but I totally mean that with 10,000% because this is something that I have reviewed for a long time, studied for a long time, researched for a long time compared to other similar items out there, um, and been a purchaser or customer of this company for quite a while now. I've waited on this for a long time. I settled on this, and for the overview, I'm happy with this decision. And then as I do a review, as I put it in action, we'll then go in if I'm still happy about the purchase, but I do believe I will be. Before we get into that, I am proud to announce that I have a first sponsor for the channel. That first sponsor is Combat Iron Apparel. Combat Iron is an apparel company. They have a dual focus on combat and gym apparel. You can wear these garments, gym, on the range, just out and about. You have that ability. You can work for all those scenarios. This is actually one of their shirts. This is the cleanup crew shirt. Spin it around real quick and let you see the back. They have all the graphic tees that you would like, the masculine graphics, the comedic graphics, all of the graphics that you like, with all the colors that you would like, the OD greens, the tans, the blacks, and different colors, whites, all of that. I choose all of those. I like all of those, but the black, tan, and green are my main. A link in the comment section below. If you go there, of course, I will get a kickback, and it will greatly help this channel as well as support Combat Iron. So I want to say thank you to Combat Iron for being the first sponsor of J Squared Tactical. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now, before we get into doing an overview of the belt, I want to read out the specs. I have some notes. I have my phone ready. I want to read out some specs. That way I can give that to you first. I can then change the camera angle. We can talk about it even more. Put on the belt, don the belt, talk about some things, and then get you a close-up of the belt as I talk about it. Let's talk about, this is a 2-belt system. So let's talk about the inner belt first, okay? It is a 2-belt system. They created the inner belt with everyday carry, with the concealed carry individual in mind, providing superior support with zero sag. It is marketed to give zero sag, and I'll show you those things as I read this. I'll go into those details in just a little. It's unlike many stiffened belts that can be too rigid. This one conforms to your body over time, so it learns your shape while also having a stiffening mechanism to keep it stiff and be form-fitting as you wear it longer. Okay, flexible design for maximum comfort. Composite materials contour to your body shape over time. Padded and stiffens for superior support. Elastic feature for added comfort during movement, which is a plus. Velcro enclosure for secure fit. Made from high quality compliant materials, curved thermoplastic composite material, laser cut, squadron, a laminate, and then lastly, this has been battle proven in Israel. Now, this is made by Agilite. I pronounce it Agilite. I've heard people call it Agilite. I think if I'm not mistaken, I heard Lev pronounce it Agilite. So that's what I'm going with. That's what I've always pronounced it. I'm gonna just stick with that. So this is by Agilite. It's an Israeli-based company. They create all of their products for Israeli special forces, and they have been battle tested. They've worn these on the front lines. They'll create a product, send it out there to the special forces. They'll wear it in battle, and they'll come back with their, if they need something to be changed, if it's great, if it needs to be improved, whatever that may be. That's what this company has done. That's the EDC belt. Now we're going to look at the Magnetix Battle Belt in general. The main focal point of this battle belt is the magnetic alignment system that they have. Like I said, we'll go into detail, but there's a magnet on the outer belt here and a magnet on the inner belt. That way it meets where it's supposed to be every single time. Okay, magnetic alignment system for inner and outer belts, made out of 1000D Condor mil-spec tactical nylon, curved thermoplastic composite material, laser cuts quadrant laminate, Cobra quick release buckle with D-ring, battle proven in Israel. Details: 2-belt system, tubular webbing, full field of modeling all the way to the buckle, regardless of your size, fully rateable, contours to your exact body shape, rated version available on request, and magnetic alignment for inner and outer belts, as I already mentioned. So that is the specs. Now, for reference, I'll go and tell this, and I'll probably mention it again once we don the belt and try it on. I currently have a set of joggers on, so I'm just going to wrap it around my waist. I'm not going to put it into any belt loop. I am 240 at the moment. I'm about 240, 6'3", 240, and I wear between a 36. I fluctuate between 232 and 244. So I wear between a 36 and a 38 in pants. And I know that I stay around that 38 mark. So once you look at the sizing guide, a large would best fit me. I would dare to say that if you are low to mid range of a number, go to the next level. So you'll see the sizing on there. The sizing for a large was like 38 to 41. I'm at that low 38, so I know I needed a large because of how my body fluctuates, and I have a little bit of pudge there, so that 38 would work well for me, or that large would work well for me. This is a large again, like I said, I'm 6'3", 238, and the large, as of just wrapping around my waist, fits perfect. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to change the camera, let you get a close-up of the belt, and me donning it. That way you can see what that process looks like. In some portions you may not see my face in this particular view because I want to get close enough where you can see what the battle belt looks like on me, and then from there we'll change the camera again. We'll get you a close-up of it. That way we can talk about some of the features. But let's start with the inner belt first. We'll get to the outer belt after we do that. Throw that to the side. So this is the inner belt. Like I said, we're not going to talk about any of the features yet. I just want to show you how this belt is supposed to be donned. I see a lot of people that were complaining about the fact that it folds over on itself. I actually like that because it allows me to cinch it down. When I was in law enforcement, even now as being a correctional officer, I like my gear tight. I like it to me. I don't like any looseness, any wobble, any shaking. It makes me feel out of place. It makes me feel very uncomfortable when it's like that. So when my gear is snug, I feel like my capabilities are heightened when everything's where it should be. You would loop it into your belt loop on your pants, and once it's around you, it's got this material here, which is the thermoplastic. It slides into a sleeve on the battle belt here. That way it's not bunched up at the front. And so you slide this into that sleeve, just like so. Get it where you want it. And then you slide it through the buckle, just like so. And you pull tight and cinch it down. Now, the back has 2 magnets right here. This is for your lining up, and we'll talk about it more in just a second, but this is where the outer belt will go. The outer belt will come around, and it will snap on just like it's supposed to, just like this. Wrap it around yourself. Same thing, it's got this thermoplastic material. There's a pocket at the edge at the edge of this material here, there's a pocket here. This thermoplastic slides in there, just like that. Bring it tight, and then you will hook your cobra buckle, just like that. And that is how the belt is to be worn. That's how you connect it. It is super light. I love how light this belt is. I love how comfortable it is. From what I feel right now, it's very comfortable on the waist. I'm not going to have any problem with that. But let's adjust the camera, move the camera around, and I want to give you a close-up of these materials, this belt. That way we can talk more about their. So I want to give you a close-up of the belt. Again, this belt was designed with concealed carry in mind. You can buy this as a standalone without having to order the whole Magnetix belt. You can buy one of these. I think it's around like 45, 46 bucks. And so I may order one of these standalone and wear it because I do like the design, or I may just get me one of those ratchet and belt buckles for easy adjustments. I did see where folks were talking about how they didn't like the fact that you can easily adjust it. I actually like the design. You know, for heaven's sakes, I mean, if it's that much a big deal, you know, go get your a separate EDC belt and stop complaining. You know, you can't have your cake and eat it too, if you know what I mean. This is the front of the belt. We're going to go from the front to the back. This is the front. If I am facing the camera, this will be on my right side. The way that I have my belt set up was actually supposed to. We'll talk about this in just a little bit. But this is the back of the belt, and the directional arrow pointed up tells you what direction it should go. Okay, going back to the front. This is that thermoplastic material. This is what allows the belt to be weight bearing and great for concealed carry, especially with appendix carry. So that's what this does. Great webbing, great design. Is very, very light. And so, as I said before, you would take this and slide it into this pocket here. They do this so it doesn't get bunched up. You slide it into the pocket as far as you need it to go, depending on your size. You run it through the buckle, and then it folds back on itself like so. Okay. One thing that I do actually like about it too is this particular portion of the buckle has a stretchy elastic here, so it helps with moving. When you're moving, also it gives a little give if you happen to pick up weight or lose weight. If you fluctuate in weight like I do, that's one of the reasons why I like this design. But that's a great feature. But that is how the belt is buckled in the front. Now let's talk about the main feature of this belt, which is the magnets that they have here. You have two magnets here. These magnets will line up with the magnets on the outer belt. The arrow gives you the direction on which the belt should go. So when you put it on, this area should be pointed up like you see here. Okay, again, this is a large belt, and I gave you my dimensions earlier. Now that is the inner belt. Let's talk about the outer belt. So we're going to go from front to back. So this has a cobra buckle on here. A lot of your battle belts have this design. I actually really like the cobra buckle. This one has a definite. You can tell the difference between this one and your Amazon brand cobra buckles. It is a much different feel, rigidity, a positive click. Once you click it in, you can definitely feel all that, and it's snug. Now this, you can get the rated. I don't think that it comes with the rated. You have to request the rated. and it's rated for 3,000 pounds. If I remember correctly, this buckle is rated for 3,000 pounds. It's for those who are suspended from helicopters, or I think it would be great for if, for whatever reason, you are in a situation, you're law enforcement or military or even a civilian, and the whole system and grid has come down and it's got bad. If you needed to drag a buddy, a friend, a family member by their person or by their drag handle, you can attach a helo cord to this, and you needed to shoot at the same time while evacuating them, you can attach your helo lanyard to their carry handle or drag handle and to this belt, and be able to drag them out while at the same time sending rounds down range. It can be used to help stow your AR if need be. Okay, it's got this 1000D Condura material, very rigid, like you can't, it's hard to bend that. It's got the Tigris along here that keeps it light but also rigid as well. Going around, I mean, and this stuff here, when I say it's tight, you're literally going to have some kind of tool to pry that open to get your some of your stuff in there, as I did before. Now let's talk about the back. As with the inner belt, this outer belt has magnets right here as well, and an arrow to tell you which way how this belt should go. There are some people who are left-handed, they have their belts set up different, so they'll flip this and flip the buckle so that it matches. But this one here, it is the arrow's pointed up, so this is how it would be would sit on your back, and then this would marry up to the magnets in the same configuration and same direction on the inner belt. That helps with lining that belt up every single time. That way you don't have to search where your stuff needs to go and hold it around you all the way till you get, and then readjust because it wasn't right. These magnets help you don your belt quickly because it will line up every time the way that it should. Just going around the belt, giving a look at it. Now, this is one thing I do want to talk about that I'm not too fond of, and I'll tell you why. Okay, I was looking at the video with Lev in it, and his strap here for retaining this extra portion of the strap, this is for you to cut when you get your sizing down, however long you need it. This particular stitch in here, you don't want to cut on the stitch because that's what holds it. You need to cut past the stitch right here. But I don't like the placement of the strap. It makes no sense there. And on Lev's video, his strap was farther out here. If they're going to have a strap here, the strap needs to come, they need to at least have another one out here somewhere, okay? Preferably in this location here, because having that strap there to retain this and all this still extra strap out here, it just makes absolutely no sense to me. That's the only flaw that I see with this belt. There's people who like to run different types of mag carriers, and some are said to not fit on this, but you know, I have Agilite stuff, so I have no problem. I studied mags, and I wanted to go with Agilite's products all throughout. Let's talk about the inner portion of the belt real quick. It's the same as with inner belt. When you unbuckle the Cobra buckle, this Tigris slides out, and just like with the inner belt, this Tigris material, this thermoplastic material, slides into this pocket. That way it's not bunched up. It keeps it real rigid in the front, real sturdy in the front, and you do not have to worry about any weight that you got going on the front, which very, very, very well made. I think I'm going to love it. I have some products already to go on it. I've yet to order my holster, which I will order it the first of the month, but I already have some materials to go on it, but I'm going to do previews or overviews on those, have those videos ready, posted, and then I'll do an install video of all those materials, as well as why I bought them, what the purpose of my placement, my thought processes on all those things. And I think it's going to actually be a very sick setup, and I cannot wait to get it all put together. If you guys enjoyed this video, hope you like it. If it was helpful, if it gave you some ideas of what you like in your battle belt, do hit the like button, comment, tell me what belt you have. Tell me if you have the Agilite belt, what you like about it, what you don't like about it, and I'll be sure to respond. I'm looking for your comments. I'll read every one of your comments. I try to respond to everybody, but do like, subscribe, comment, and I greatly appreciate it. Stay dangerous.